Hello, it is Throwback Thursday, January 18th, 2024. Steve Sipress here, and tomorrow marks the anniversary of the debut of the TV show The Millionaire. If you're not familiar with it, it was certainly a fun show. I think it ran for about 5 years. Debuted on tomorrow's date, January 19th, back in 1955 anyway. That brings to mind millionaires and what is a millionaire and how many millionaires are there? And more importantly, how do you get millionaires to do business with you? Because during tough economic times like we've been in for years with really no end in sight, unless there's some election result and all kinds of new people come in who actually care about the United States economy instead of destroying it. But anyway, I digress. I personally first became a millionaire. I was about 28 years old, I think. Had one of the attendees of the All-Star Entrepreneur Mastermind last weekend was here. Told a little story about when he was first became a millionaire when he was 34. He said he added everything up, looked at his wife. He said, "Honey, guess what? Net worth is over $1 million." And she was like, "So what?" And he was like, "Yeah, so what?" Didn't feel any different. Didn't feel fantastic. Didn't feel whatever. I mean, think about it. $1 million is not what it used to be, thanks to ongoing inflation. And I'm not talking about the record-setting, ridiculous inflation we've had recently, destroying the economy here in the U.S. I'm just talking about general inflation. For instance, I saw something that when The Millionaire debuted, the TV show in 1955, $1 million then, worth over $10 million today. And so the show was based on a mythical benefactor giving a regular, normal person $1 million in a certified check every week, and that was the idea of the show, and see how it changed their life and whatever. Today, that would be giving them $10 million. But anyway, here's some facts about millionaires. The U.S. has by far the most millionaires in the world. Almost 40% of the world's millionaires, of course, are American here in the U.S. Nearly 10%, I think 9.7%, and that's based on the last numbers that have come out. The newest numbers it'll be even higher because there's more millionaires being created all the time. 9.7% of American adults are millionaires. So what does this mean? This means you really ought to concentrate in your business on marketing to people with money. Again, especially during a difficult economy right now where average and lower income people are really, really, really getting pummeled and are struggling. But those that have the dollars, think about it, less percentage of wealthier people's money goes to everyday expenses, leaving them more money to spend the way they want, right? To discretionary spending, as they say. Whereas middle class and lower class people in a down economy like we have right now having a much tougher time, very little money to spend on discretionary spending. So unless you are selling some absolute necessity, you own a utility company, or whatever, something that's an absolute necessity that you sell. Maybe you sell pharmaceuticals. Maybe you sell utilities, energy, something that people absolutely need. You own a gas station, but otherwise, people are spending a lot less money right now because it's a down economy on discretionary items, on things of their choice, except for the affluent. Well, including the affluent, but they have more money to spend anyway. So a couple of ways you can get really good at marketing to the affluent, because be forewarned, it's not just about, setting up your ideal target who, which is the first letter of the WOW strategy, to be someone with money as opposed to just anybody at all that comes your way, which is a big mistake most business owners make. The words you say and the things you offer and the things you do not say, especially, and the things you do not offer to those with money are very often completely different from what you say and what you sell to people who are not affluent, who are not mass affluent, who are not millionaires or anywhere near it. It's totally different how you market to these two different people. So here's a couple of things you can do. You can get this great book by the great Dan Kennedy, No BS Marketing to the Affluent. Pretty thick book. It's over 400 pages, chock full of all kinds of great stuff. And I just took a look. I still have, even in the back of this edition, I still have, if I can do it with one hand here, the original CD that came along with the book. There it is. So we have the CD in the back of the book on No BS Marketing to the Affluent. Still have it. I gave away dozens and dozens of these books to my clients and members of my Chicagoland Sharpest Entrepreneurs group, and I've taught seminars on marketing to the affluent. Again, a completely different world than marketing to the non-affluent, which right now, again, in a tough economy, they're not spending a lot of discretionary dollars. They just don't have them. So you can get this book, you can read the 400 pages, you can study it backwards and forwards, read it a few times, put it into use, go through the ups and downs and the learning curve and finally get the hang of it. I got some strange light coming on my face here while we are enjoying another beautiful winter sunset here in the Phoenix, Scottsdale, Arizona area. Temps back up into the upper 60s or hitting the low 70s these days, so we snapped out of that couple of weeks where it was downright chilly. Highs only around 60 degrees every day. Like, what the heck is going on? But anyway, I digress again. Second thing you can do is go to thewowstrategy.com. I mentioned the Wow Strategy earlier. That's the key to solving all your advertising and marketing problems. The Wow, W-O-W, strategy.com. And you can watch a free video there on the basics of advertising, marketing, and sales. And you can get on my calendar, and I will point you in the right direction at some more training, or I'll give you some suggestions based on your particular business, your particular area, and the particular products or services you want to sell and to who you want to sell them to whom, I guess. Technically, my mom was an English teacher. She'd say it's to whom, not to who. Anyway, so that's what you do right now. Go to thewowstrategy.com, get this book, No BS Marketing to the Affluent by Dan Kennedy. Get all kinds of other programs and courses and mentors all about. By the way, I saw a list of the top 5 traits, top 5 things that millionaires have in common. And number 2 was that they have mentors. So if you don't have a mentor, you really want to get one if you want to join the ranks of the millionaires, if you're not one already. And even if you are, I forget the percentages, but there was a large percent that are still looking to grow their money. And there was a smaller percentage of millionaires that are just looking to preserve what they have. And by the way, 88%, according to studies, of millionaires are self-made. So people think like, oh, millionaires, they get it through, inheritance. Of course, it's passed down. Well, that's 12%, but 88% got it through hard work, doing the right things, taking the right steps. Might be time for you to do the right thing and take the right step and go to thewowstrategy.com or study up and learn what it takes to market to the affluent, because in a down economy, they're the ones, they're pretty much the only ones who can do some discretionary spending and give you some of their money in return for whatever products or services you are looking to sell. And that'll do it for Throwback Thursday, January 18th, 2024. Thanks for being here with me today, and I will catch you tomorrow on Foundation Friday.